Hey, everybody. We are on the last unit of the year, ecology. Now, ecology kind of pulls in all the different parts from throughout the year. Ecology is about all the living stuff and the way it interacts with the non-living stuff. So we aren't just an island unto ourselves, right? We interact with other living things. We also interact with the air. We breathe in oxygen and we get rid of carbon dioxide after respiration breaks down sugar, right? We drink water. We swim in water. We build houses. We eat meat. Like we are interacting with many different living and non-living things. The way that living things interact with non-living things is called ecology. And so one of the things that ecologists, people who study ecology, like to do is classify things. That's what scientists frequently do, right? We've seen a lot of classification. And so we are going to start with something that we began the year with, and that is what is the difference between living and non-living things, right? So we have the study of the relationships between organisms, that's living things, and their environment, and the balances between these relationships. And we have two categories. Ecologists have put things into two groups. They're either living or non-living, right? And there's a fancy vocabulary word, of course, because it's biology. There's a fancy vocabulary word to mean living or non-living. We can't just say living and non-living factors. We are going to refer to them as biotic and abiotic. Now, biotic factors are those that are alive, because bio means life. Ology is study of, biology is the study of life. That's what we've been doing all year. Bio means life. So biotic factors are the living things in the environment that impact an organism. So when you put a in front of a word, it means without. And so abiotic factors are non-living things. So if we go back to the picture that I was showing you a moment ago, all these blue things, air, carbon dioxide, oxygen, sunlight, water, which ones are those? Are those biotic or abiotic? How about the red things, insects and plants and microorganisms like bacteria or amoebas? Reptiles, mammals, birds, are those abiotic or biotic? And so the air that we breathe that has carbon dioxide and oxygen in it, the sunlight that comes down and helps us produce vitamin D in our cells, or helps a plant produce sugar that then we eat and break down by respiration and release carbon dioxide from, those are the abiotic factors. And all of the different things that are alive in the world are the biotic factors. So the biotic factors include all the kingdoms, animals, plants. Plants are alive, right? Animals, plants, fungi like mushrooms, protists like the amoeba and all the bacteria are the living things. And then there's the non-living things. There's light and the temperature that it is and the moisture and the substrate. That's the thing that stuff can grow on. Inorganic materials, like is there salt, right? Organisms that can live in the ocean are going to be very different than ones that can live in fresh water, because they have to worry about osmosis and diffusion across their membrane in different directions, depending on whether there's salts or inorganic materials around. There's gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. And of course, the pH, remember, if something's an acid or a base, can affect the shape of an enzyme and whether it can do its job. And so a living thing that depends on enzymes for all its activity depends on the pH to be the optimum for that organism. And if you'll recall, we have a pH scale. Below 7 is acids, above 7 is bases, and 7 is neutral. So very quickly, I'm going to show you a picture of a little ecosystem. I want you to identify some things that are biotic and some things that are abiotic.